tell one from another.
You
but
don't
I mean,
see them quick. They just,
you know, they're
very
so
bright, you've got no
tiny as
chance.
well.
Yeah.
Most of them are only about that big,
Yeah.
literally. And
Except the fruit
you know.
bats, which are about this big.
yeah, I've never seen one of them down Wales. I've got to admit.
Yeah.
Well, the fruit bats, they were famous years ago for spreading rabies as well, weren't they? Yeah. Right, are we moving?
Onwards.
So this is obviously Cave Dale. It's the remains of an old underwater reef. It originally would have been probably part of Peak Cavern, same as Winnett's Pass, which is at side, and what they said were as it's hollowed itself out and wore it away, eventually roof collapsed, and this is how these things form. So yeah, you're in an old cave basically.
With no roof.
Yeah.
No roof. Yeah.
So we're literally walking an old riverbed.
Yeah, literally. These are all. This is
Yeah,
remains.
it's eroded down. You can see. Yeah. I wonder what it looked like it had led.
Watch it on here. Actually, we've got a good day because it's relatively dry. It's like ice on these things. It's a nightmare in bad weather.
They're slippery, aren't they?
Never tried to eat 3 foot of snow. That's quite fun.
I really do not.
Did you go for your video?
Yeah. Wow. It's amazing to think that you'd had a roof across this.
Same with Winnett's, other side, yeah. You got to bear in mind, underneath where you stood here,
Yeah.
there's Peak Cavern and there's 18 miles worth of discovered passageway under there.
Right.
And they're still, you know, digging it out and finding bits.
Wow. What a view. Let's keep going. That opens up impressive.
Now, very quick one for you. One I remember, just here. I'm 54 in 2 weeks, and I must be talking when I were probably about 13, 14 when I come up here. And the day after me and my friend had come up here, there was a student from Sheffield, and they found her with all the books, and somebody had murdered her. And it was in the middle of the day, but you think there's a lot of people troop up and down here, but it does get quite lonely, and even though you're only 2 minutes away from that. But she was actually murdered, and they never ever found out who did it. It was never solved, that. Long time ago. But I always remember that because we were up here, me and a couple of my friends, messing about, scrambling about up here. And the day after, they found this poor lass laid there. She was sunbathing with all her
It's all right.
college books out, and somebody murdered her.
Were you a
strangely.
suspect then?
What, 13? I doubt it.
The times have changed.
Yeah,
It would be today.
Now we are getting morbid, you know.
It is, isn't it?
It was the day before.
I wish I had like a 6-hour battery, I could just film all of it, but you can't. See if there's an echo.
Point is, thank God he ain't got a 6-hour battery. You know?
Well, I wouldn't want to bore you with my commentary.
Boring after a while.
Yeah, my commentary does. I get bored of the sound of my voice.
Yeah, if you
My own
start
voice.
climbing around here, there's a little cave there. It's classed as a cave, more of a shelter. There's one just at the other side, up there.
Yeah.
You can just see entrance. That goes back about 12 foot.
Wow.
No, don't drastically.
So it gets really, really wide at the top. So much so that the camera can't get both sides, and this is all underground.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of erosion, really, isn't it?
Every time we come up here, and us three's had this conversation so many times, he has this thing about putting a rope from there to there and doing one of them abseiler things. He thinks it'd be, what do they call it? Yeah, zip wire, that's it. You've always said it'd be a great zip wire across that tree.
That'll be the economic powerhouse for Castleton.
We're doing Indiana Jones style rope bridge. It looks high enough, doesn't it?
God. Imagine looking down, then here we go. This is your 11th century castle. You're coming underneath behind it, you know?
Ah, right, the back of Peveril Castle.
Yeah, I believe it's
There's your castle. Maybe you can make a special historic castle.
Well,
That's the castle.
I'm going to be doing more of them, hopefully. There's one close, not so far from me, called Bolsover Castle. I'm going to do that one first. There's a manor castle, which is a bit of a ruin as well. That's where there was a queen was imprisoned. What was her name? Not Mary Queen of Scots, was it?
It would have been,
Yeah, she was imprisoned there on her way down from Scotland to.
travels and took her everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, where are we? I were looking some at history up of this, and as you can see, you got back of your keep of your castle up here. If you look just across here, there's like a little market bottom at cliff face. We looked it up in a book, and apparently it's all filled in now. If you crawl through it, you can. I told Steve, don't say 2 foot.
2'1".
2'1". Yeah. No, Stephen's probably about 5'5", and it's all filled in. If you crawl into it, his legs are still stuck out, so you can't get anywhere in it. But that is reputed to be what they call the creep hole.
Yeah.
Which was one of the little escape routes out of the back of the castle if anybody actually got into it. And this is supposed to be remains of a medieval creep hole.
Are we looking just at the base?
Just there, at the base, yeah, that's the one, yeah. If you go up into the keep, directly in the middle there's a great big massive hole, there's a big shaft in the middle. It's all obviously gated up now. But that reputedly, that goes down into what they call Victoria Haven, that's in the beginning of Peak Cavern. And apparently once you got fed up with your prisoners and didn't want them anymore, they used to chuck them down. And they used to bounce down. Obviously 90% of them would have died, but they reckon because you were in cave and it was that dark, if you didn't die, you were badly injured, laid there, and they said it took less than 20 minutes to start raving mad because your mind went into overdrive because of darkness and noises, you didn't know what were happening. Yeah, not a nice way to go. Yeah, if you literally went to the other side of this and dropped straight back down, that's the big entrance to Peak Cavern. And then you start a long, long way, 18 miles up valley. Like your little shoes.
Saves a pause, doesn't it?
There is, we're probably not going to have a look at it because it's not that impressive to look at, but Jim knows where it is better than me. Once we get round up onto the top, you can climb over and right in middle of the field. What is it, about that wide, isn't it, Jim? There's this little manhole cover. Sat in middle of the field, in middle of nowhere, and if you actually lift that up, you drop down a rope 150 foot. Then you go along a crawl, then it homes up into Titan. And Titan's the biggest cave in England. And it goes from the top to the bottom, and it's 650 foot from top to bottom. Halfway down it, it's that big and that expansive. They say when you're on a rope, you can't see up, down, left, right. You just in the blackness because, what do they call it?
Event horizon.
The event horizon, that's it. And it drops right down into the bottom. And then if you're very fit and about 13 hours to spare, then you can crawl all the way back along and come out to the entrance here.
You go mad in 20 minutes.
I'm too old.
Cheap at the top.
And so not fit enough. I'm always lazy.
Okay guys, I'm going to leave it here and I'll catch you up again. All of this used to be underground. All of this used to be an underwater river or underground river, and all of this that you see at the sides is the erosion of the river, and then eventually the top fell in, and there you've got Peveril Castle. Okay, I'll leave it there and see you later.